welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review Episode 40. This is the first of several videos doing today, which I'll talk about more later. This one I'm reviewing the 6th OVA for Case Closed, Pursuit of the Vanished Diamond, Conan, Heiji vs. Kid. I had just finished watching this thing. Okay, this OVA is pretty much somewhat of a waste of time to watch. Even though, yes, it was released in 2006, it pretty much has a step down from the quality of animation I saw from the 10th Case Closed film, Private Eye's Requiem. Then starts off with Rachel and Conan shopping. This lasts for about a few minutes. Everybody pretty much knows who Ran is, basically because all friends of hers, and of course Conan reveals, because of course he's Jimmy Kudo, that apparently Rachel's been doing this for years, so it's nothing really unusual for her to do. Goes home. And of course, we see Richard Moore watching a show which has Yoniko, a woman he's got a crush on, a woman who is like half his age. Yep, and he just watches a show with her that he makes guest appearances on, and then all of a sudden, a package arrives. What's the package? Doesn't reveal that until the last 10 minutes of this OVA. Wow. And then after that, we get Conan, and all of a sudden the phone rings. Of course, he won't tell exactly what's in the package. Nope, he will not say a damn thing about it. And then Conan gets a phone call and says, "Do you have the money?" He says, "Huh?" Oh crap, wrong. And of course he hears "Good morning." Yeah, that's I explained it later. And then of course Conan investigates who could possibly be the voice. And the voice is very similar to Harley's. So he contacts him, asks him to come to Tokyo, just to run through some phone calls. Yep, and this looked like it lasts for several hours. And then realizes, though, that one particular guy could possibly be it. They go to his apartment, and they run to the inspector, constantly chase after the Kaido kid. Yeah, he's the only cop in here, basically, this whole thing, who's basically a named character. They talked to him for a while, and they realized, though, that apparently he was after a jewel that was stolen. A jewel that was apparently worth 100,000 yen. I'm not sure how much that is in U.S. currency. And he sold it for 10 million yen. Well, 100 million yen for 10 million yen, yeah. Yeah, and thinks that it might have been stolen. It's like, no, that's perfectly fine. And it turns out it was stolen because it was a fake. Yep. And of course, he's like, I hate the Kaido kid because he constantly chases after him. They step out of the apartment, and then who flies by? Why, it's a Kaido kid, operating daylight again, which I'm like, yeah, the people who wrote this must have wrote the film, because the Kaido kid doesn't operate during the daytime at all. This is something particularly I think it's really stupid for the people who wrote this particular OVA and the 10th film apparently forget the fact the Kaido kid operates at night, not in the middle of broad daylight. This is particularly stupid. What does he do? Flies around, pops up in this one scene, pops up later, and that's all you see of the guy? Yep, and then they go back, and then they realize, though, that there's a mysterious box underneath, a shelf. What's this thing? A young alarm clock. It looks kind of expensive. And, of course, Richard Moore confesses after some questioning. Of course, Rachel basically had to sort of nearly bend over with her butt in the air. Yep. Basically interrogating her own father. How much this thing costs? It's like 20. Really? I don't think it's 200 yen. Fine, it's 20,000 yen. And she's upset because he spent a lot of money on it. So, figures out, though, that the people who want to get these things are fans of the Yoniko fan club. They track down the guy. They come under the bridge who has a jewel. He's about to throw the jewel open, and he accidentally throws his own Yoniko alarm clock. Why the heck would you bring that with you? Leave it in your damn car. Or at least lock the box that it's in. Yes, lock the box that it's in. Or just, I don't know, leave it in your damn car, fool. And instead he basically gets a fight with some officers. then goes up in the air, about to fall in the ocean, and then all of a sudden the Kaioken pops up out of nowhere, takes the jewel, and then later it's revealed that, oh yeah, he returned to the owner, no problem. And of course the beggar chases after him, and Harley's like, yeah, this was a waste of time, I'm going home. And Conan's like, me too. And the thing ends basically with the newspaper about, well, the Kaioken returning the jewel, and, well, apparently Rachel punishing Richard for buying the damn thing by basically having to where he can't smoke and he only can have one beer a day. Yep, basically Rachel's being the parent to her own parent. Yeah. This OVA is got good animation with it, with a bit of step down from the movie. But my gosh, this story was almost a complete waste of time. I mean, the beginning part was the only part I found interesting. I mean, once you get past the part where Conan and Rachel basically are shopping, the rest of this OVA is boring. Like, my gosh, there is nothing interesting about this OVA at all. Like, I wouldn't mind this if this was a 10-minute short, which is basically Conan and Rachel going shopping. That's it. That would have been a lot more interesting than what we got. Yeah, and of course, how they figure this guy out basically by posting this thing on the news. Could post 2006. Well, could post the internet very much. So yeah, Kanchan calls up, says, "Why is it you?" It's like the only people who know besides Conan and Rachel know that's Harley's voice is the inspector. Kanchan picks up her easy because she knows him really well, and of course they find out who it is. Well, via the fan club. Yep. So yeah. You have most of the characters who appear from the show, and of course, the inspector, of course, is, like with the film, deemed completely useless to the plot. He shows up for 2 scenes, doesn't really affect anything. You see him at the apartment, and he disappears. You see him briefly in a flashback, and then you don't see him again like toward the end of the episode, this OVA. Yeah, once again, the Magic Idol cast are shafted by the writers of Case Closed. It's like the people who wrote this didn't care about the Magic Idol cast at all. I mean, this is almost worse than how they were treated in the damn movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost just that bad. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see, what else? Not much to say about this particular OVA. It's just kind of bad. Like, wow. A lot of the OVAs I tend to watch tend to be really good or interesting. This one's plain awful. Like I said, the only thing about this OVA is the opening scene. The opening, like 5 minutes. That's the only thing I find interesting about this whole thing. The rest of this is just plain bad and a waste of time. Cut the rest of it out. It's not bad. If they remove that, it'd be a good short and a good character piece for Conan and Rachel. That's basically it when it comes to that. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. I have several other videos coming today. I'm going to do a Comic Corner next. I also have a haul video coming from Comic Con, but don't do that later on today. Review of the newest Shadow Blue X, because that does come out today. And a review of the 11th Case Closed film, which I probably will get a chance to review today. And possibly get a chance to review the 12th Case Closed film. That one's a maybe. Yeah, the 12th one's a maybe. Basically, I can do probably about 4 more videos today. So basically about 5 or 6 videos overall today. Tomorrow, probably about 2-ish, possibly. Yeah, but until you see you in the next view, bye.